Greetings from Harrisburg. I'm Andy Hoover, Legislative Director for the American Civil Liberties Union of Pennsylvania. It's been a while since I gave you one of these video updates, but things have gotten interesting and busy with civil liberties here at the state capitol during this budget season, so it seemed like a good time to dust off a video camera and tell you what's up here in Harrisburg. And unfortunately, what's up is not too positive on the civil liberties front, despite the best efforts of your friendly neighborhood civil liberties lobbyist. On Monday, Governor Corbett signed House Bill 818, and this bill prohibits insurance companies from covering abortion care in the newly created exchange or marketplace that came out of healthcare reform. Those exchanges will go online later in the year, and in Pennsylvania, an insurance company cannot cover abortion care except in cases of rape, incest, and imminent death. This is a new restriction on abortion coverage in Pennsylvania. Never before has the state told a private insurance company that it cannot cover abortion for a private customer who is paying for that policy with private money. And so in that sense, it is a new restriction, despite what the supporters claim. And this is unfortunately another attempt to undermine women's access to comprehensive reproductive health care. Perhaps most appalling of all is there is no exception when a woman's health is endangered in some way. There are pregnancies where there are complications, and it's best for the woman to have an abortion. Her life may not be threatened, but some bodily function may be. And if that happens and the person has insurance in the exchange, they will have to pay for that abortion out of pocket, which is simply outrageous. And it shows just how insensitive the governor and the legislature have been to women's health care. But it's now the law of the land. Unfortunately, litigation is not likely, although you never know when you have creative lawyers looking at a new law. Anything can happen, but no litigation on the horizon. So this is going to be the law of Pennsylvania, and it's unfortunate for women's health care and, frankly, for the private marketplace. On Tuesday, the state Senate passed Senate Bill 150. This bill requires DNA collection of people who have been arrested for a felony or one of several misdemeanors, and this is a sampling that goes on under this bill without a search warrant. U.S. Supreme Court recently upheld this kind of law, but we believe that the state Supreme Court could possibly rule otherwise if it ever made it to them. State constitutional law on this is effective and strong for the people and against excessive government power. There are state cases in which the Supreme Court has said that the state constitution gives the individual more privacy rights than the federal constitution. But even before we get there, Senate Bill 150 has an uphill climb in the State House of Representatives. Last year, the State House gutted this bill and then let it die when it came back from the Senate. There is a strong bipartisan coalition in the House, Democrats and Republicans, who think that it's a bad idea to collect DNA from people who have not been convicted of a crime. So that bill has a long way to go before it gets to the finish line. Hopefully it will not. So that's the latest here in Harrisburg. I always want to encourage folks to build relationships with their legislators because they won't understand or have the potential to not understand civil liberties issues unless and until they hear from their constituents. So it's really important for you to tell your rep and your senator that you support civil liberties. Until the next time, thanks for checking out this update. We're here in Harrisburg because freedom can't protect itself.